Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to What's going on, everybody? It's your man Chris Thorns. As always, good morning, good afternoon, good evening, whenever you're watching my content. And as always, like, comment, subscribe, and share. I was gonna go live this story, but I got some work that I gotta get done, so I'm probably gonna be at this computer all day doing some work that I need to get done on the computer. So I ain't got time to go live right now. But however, though, if any updates come up on this story that I'm about to talk about now, more likely I'll probably go live a little later. So we're going to talk about this woman right here. And her name is this, what you're going to see at the bottom. If I pronounce this right, TARANJELA Jones. TARANJELA Jones. Never heard of a name like that before, but you know, hey, I guess to each his own. Ladies and gentlemen, if you haven't heard the story, what this young lady, well, what this woman has done, TARANJELA Jones, the story put it that she ran her car into her baby dad's car on purpose. And when she did this, it ended up killing her baby. But I believe the aim was for her to kill him. If I got the story right, without even reading it or hearing the full video. So without further ado, and I'm going to make a copy of this on Facebook as well. So without further ado, let me remove her picture real quick, which is right here. And let's bring up the news. And let's have a listen.
A baby was killed in a crash here at this scene. Also, the dad was injured in this case. The mother now charged with felony murder after police say she rammed her car into the father's vehicle on purpose. Latasha Gibbons is following the very latest for us tonight.
Witnesses say the father and baby girl were trapped beneath this busted windshield and twisted metal during Monday night's crash. This is cell phone video from witnesses who say they tried to pry open the car doors before police arrived. The father, 27-year-old Andre Henderson, is in stable condition, police say, but 3-month-old Keandra died at the hospital.
At this point, it does appear that the vehicle was struck multiple times by the mother, and we do believe, based on information that we have, that this was an intentional incident.
Investigators say the person responsible for the fatal crash is the baby's own mother, 21-year-old TITAYANNA Phillips. They say she intentionally rammed into the car as the father was trying to leave with the baby. This happened near Chappelle Road near Easton Street in Northwest Atlanta.
The accident caused the father's vehicle to collide with a telephone pole. The fire department responded to the scene and had to remove them from the vehicle.
Police say Phillips was also taken to the hospital and is facing felony murder and aggravated assault charges. Police records show officers had been in contact with the parents twice in the last month. In June, Phillips was charged with disorderly conduct following a dispute between the two, and just 4 days ago, she was accused of taking the child from a health clinic. This release report states Phillips currently has an open case with defects, as well as a list of mental and physical health issues that remain unresolved. The report also states she doesn't have legal custody of the baby girl. We stopped by Phillips' family home. Through a window, we were told they had no comment.
Okay, is there anything you wanted to say?
And that was Latasha Gibbons reporting there. We'll continue to follow that story throughout the evening.
All right, and I think there's actually other news clips on this, but I'm gonna stick with this right now because this is a regular video that I'm doing. I try my best not to make these too longs. I try not to make these too long. But however, though, looking at this one, I'm looking at right here, this was published yesterday, and it was updated yesterday at 8:06. So before I go any further, I want to know what my man Von L. Mays thinks about this. I want to know what our brother Frank Nitty, what he thinks about this. And my man Mike Payne from the Black Panthers, you know, I would like to get their thoughts on this. Now, just because I called him guy's name, I don't want y'all to think I got any beef with him, because there's no beef at all. I actually had Vaughn on the show, and I had Mike Payne on the show. Frank Nene, I've been trying to get him on the show, but apparently my attempts to get in contact with him has been unsuccessful. So anybody who know how to get in contact with him personally, you know, hey, I would love to talk to him and get his thoughts. I know how to get in contact with Mike. I can get in contact with him and talk to him. But for those, the reason I call those three names, because those three guys are activists of what goes on around, you know, black people. You know, they speak up for black people. But I say this to them because, you know, I know probably all three of them probably roll with the Black Lives Matter movement, or some way probably somewhat affiliated with it. I could be wrong. But I would like to get those guys' thoughts on how they feel about what they heard, or if they heard this story, period. And if I can get all three of them on the show together and we all have a guy talk, you know, hey, you know, they'll be awesome right there. Because this is crazy. Now, I get it that I say this a lot of times, that moms do stuff to the children because they mad at the father. And that is this one fine example to show you that it's true. You know, they do stuff because they mad at the father. You know, you put your child in danger because you mad at him about what? And I'll read this article in a minute. The child is innocent, all right? But you put your child in danger because you want to do something to him. You know, I want to exit out the mental illness and all this stuff. We want to talk about the real deal here, because from what I was told, they said she made a statement saying she's going to kill him. But why? But why? Anyway, let's get right into the story, like I said, because I don't have really that much time to make this a long video, because I really got some work I got to get done. Atlanta mom flees. This was said Atlanta mom flees clinic with the baby. Days later, she killed her in a car crash. Police said the mom slammed into the car carrying her baby on purpose. Children lives supposed to matter, though. Everybody want to say Black Lives Matter, but I don't hear nobody say children lives matter, you know, but hey. It goes on to say in Atlanta, a mom has been charged with murder in a car crash that killed a baby girl. After Atlanta police said she crashed into the father's car on purpose. Excuse me. It happened around 7 p.m. on Monday, July the 27th on Chappelle Road near Eastern Street in Northwest Atlanta. The 21-year-old mom, TITAYANNA PHILLIPS. Well, where does TARANJELA come from then? Where did I get that from? Okay, we're going to keep rolling. The 21-year-old mom, TITAYANNA PHILLIPS of Atlanta, is facing a felony murder charge and 2 charges of aggravated assault by vehicle, according to police. Witnesses says the father and the baby girl were trapped beneath the busted windshield and twisted metal after the crash. 11 Alive obtained cell phone video from witnesses who say they attempted to pry over the car doors before police arrived. Ooh, that's awful. That is awful.
Chesley, thank you. Turning now to developments in a horrific crash. A baby is dead and a father injured after police say the child's mother rammed her car into them. Nick Sturdivant is live outside the Fulton County Jail. Nick, what is the latest in this case?
Good morning, Francesca. As you mentioned, this is a really horrific story. Police are still working to figure out the circumstances around this situation. They haven't said a motive or if this could have been an accident.
The cell phone video and the video of officers on scene paint the picture of a tragic story. Atlanta police tell us a father had put his child in his car and was leaving when the child's mother struck his car with hers. Police say this happened at Chapel Road near Eastern Street in Northwest Atlanta around 7 o'clock last night. Both the father and child were rushed to the hospital. but sadly, the child died. This video was taken moments after the crash. A man who called 911 said neighbors tried to help the father and child until police got there. Now investigators are working to get to the bottom of this awful situation.
And Francesca, still a lot of questions, and we're still working to figure out if that mother will face charges.
That is a tragic story, Nick. Thank you.
All right, so wow. And it goes on to say the 27-year-old father, Andre Henderson, is in stable condition according to police. However, 3-month-old Kayandra, K-H-apostrophe-U-N-D-R-A, if I said that right, died at the hospital. Police records show officers had been in contact with these two parents twice within the last 30 days in June. Phillips was charged with disorderly conduct after a dispute between the two parents. On July 24th, she was accused of taking the child from a health clinic even though she does not have legal custody of the baby girl. Clinic staff told police she took the baby out of an exam room and ran out to a car that was waiting for them, according to the report. The responding officer wrote in a police report that Phillips has an open case with the Department of Family Services. Oh, Jesus Christ, okay. Regarding safety and reference mental and physical health issues that remain unresolved. Phillips brought the girl back to the clinic unharmed for conversations with the officers, according to the report. The officer said Phillips talked about hurting herself, so she volunteered to go to Grady Hospital. 11 Alive did stop by Phillips' home to learn more information, but were told no comment through the window. One woman told 11 Alive, Latasha Gibbons, that she was the baby's girl relative. However, she was so young they had only been able to meet Kayandra on FaceTime. And that's it for this story. So this woman named Tatiana Phillips. So where did I get this Tarantula Jones? I looked this up, and this the name that they said it was Tarantula Jones. So where did this Tatiana Phillips come from? Okay, so if y'all listen to this video, then the correction by reading this, they say her name is Tatiana Phillips. But when I looked it up online, they said Tarantula Jones. So, you know, that's kind of weird. So I got too deep in the video. So please, my apologies for messing up this person's name. Her name is Tatiana Phillips. All right. So here we go. I don't know if y'all can blame this on DCFS because for what we read up in here. She took this baby out, wasn't supposed to do it, and had somebody waiting on her. Somebody who knew this woman had mental issues was waiting on this woman while she took her baby out and wasn't supposed to take the baby out. And 9 times out of 10, whoever this person was knew that Phillips was supposed to be around this child. Should have held custody of this child. Whoever was out there waiting on her knew all of this. All right. So now you read in here that the woman police had to be calling her quite several times because of disputes. All right. So ladies, don't sound like you can put this on the father. All right. Now, I'm not going to say that the father is the saint, you know, because I can't say, you know, what his life was. But she didn't have custody. Apparently he must have had custody. That's probably what this is about. You know, he had custody and the ball was rolling his court, and this woman probably didn't like it. Well, right now the story is so bland, so that's just an assumption. But I'm gonna run with that assumption. You know, she probably liked the fact he got custody, he made the rules, and for what it sounds like, maybe he wasn't keeping her from the child. Maybe he was letting her come visit a child, but it was supervised visits. But it seemed like every time she may have came over there was an issue, and they ended up getting to fighting. So the last thing this woman tried to do to make sure he don't hold the upper hand was to try to kill him. But she didn't kill him. She killed the child. All right. So it is safe to say that this woman didn't give a shit about her child at all. Because if she did, this would never happen. At all. It would never happen at all. I want to say this. And I want to ask this question. Because I'm all over the place right now. I really, I can't even focus on what I want to say because this is bizarre. This is totally bizarre. But I would like to know if the shoes were reversed and this was him doing that to the baby mama, that he rammed her car and killed the baby. How big of an outrage would this have been? Because right now, from what I'm reading and from what my ears hearing, I don't hear the outcry, I don't hear the outrage. You know, I don't see any protest. I don't see or hear anything. But I'm just wondering. If the shoe was on the other foot, how big, how quick, and how fast would have been a public outcry? And if he was to use what they're using, saying he got mental issues, would you let it fly? That would be my question. That'd be one of my questions. And the next question, I pretty much just said in the same question. Where's the outrage? Where's the outcry? This wasn't a white person that did this to this child. This was the child's own mother who did this and hurt her seed. So you can't blame this on white people. So is she racist for killing her own child? Just asking. Just asking. I can't remember what they said what the young lady name was, but rest in peace, baby. Once I get your name and get your pictures together, you know, I will do a tribute to you as well. But sorry guys, you know, I'm just all over the place, man. I really can't even find no right words to say about this, man. So y'all know me, usually I be on top of shit like this, man. I be on it. But you know, sometimes you do this story, man, you just don't know what to say. Even though you have been doing this shit for a while, you just don't know what to say sometimes. You can try, but you just don't know what to say. And it's one of these situations, you know, I really don't know what to say. I guess the story for itself speaks for itself. It says everything itself. So what more can I add on to it other than, you know, this woman is evil. She's evil. And she had people helping her doing this crazy shit. And that will make it even worse. And I want to know that too. If y'all do start a protest, are y'all going to go as far trying to find out who was the person that helped her did this shit by taking that baby out that clinic room when she wasn't supposed to and had somebody out there waiting on them? I want to know how y'all feel about that as well. Okay? Whew. That's all I got to say about this, guys. This is crazy, man. And 2019, you're killing the kids. Look like it's 2020. The same thing over again. And it seems like you got there 1 month that you have a whole shitload of children that got killed. And I think that, excuse me, and I think that happened last year too. You had 1 month that a whole shitload of children was constantly getting killed. And now here he is in 2020, a year later, same shit going on. Same shit going on. As always, leave your thoughts, your comments, and if any of y'all know how to get in contact with Frank Nitty or Vaughn them personally, you know, shit, I like to have them back on the show. You know, I can reach out on Vaughn on Facebook, but we'll see what happens if I get back in contact with him. So, man, Chris Thorns, man, this is crazy. It's crazy.